Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Antonio, back with another video today. Had a nice interesting day. Went out fishing. So this is technically this month alone, starting March 1st. I've been to the beach more times than I was in my 7-year relationship that I'm still trying to figure out. So when people try to ask me different reasons of why and why, it's because these are the things that I always love to do. I always loved social media. Well, I was always into technology, I should say. And I was always into swimming. I used to always love going to the pool. I did a lot of beaching in my life. Still learning how to fish. Actually spent the whole entire day at the beach today. I think I got there at about 2 or something like that, maybe 1 or 2, and I left at 7 or something like that. So it was technically the longest beach day I've had in a long time. So it was pretty fun, pretty interesting. Enjoyed myself, had a good time. Reflecting on the day, I just wanted to talk to you guys about a couple things. I already took a shower and all that good stuff. So yeah, I smoke. Been smoking regularly after like a long days of work, or sometimes in the morning when I get up, I'll have it with my coffee, be on my way to work. But usually, yeah, man, I'll wait till I'm trying to fix the lighting. Like a normal day, I would like do my whole day and then come home, take a shower, cook, and then I would smoke just to relax a little bit. So it's not a big thing, but put it out. But yeah, nothing major. Again, I was assigned 30 or so medications for my transplant, my liver transplant surgery that they told me I was gonna have to take for the rest of my life, and I felt that those drugs were literally killing me. So yeah, maybe about 5 years ago I stopped taking all that medication, and God let the chips fall where the chips fall. I just try to keep myself healthy, exercise, try to eat clean as often as I can. There's a few vices, but we all have to live with them. Yeah, again, when I had my liver transplant, I was 17 years old. They told my mom, or they told me, that I had the liver of a 70-year-old man that's been drinking hard alcohol his entire life. Mind you, I'd never had a drop of liquor, never did any drugs, none of that stuff at all. I did everything at 21, so I was one of those types of kids, drank, smoke, virginity, tattoos, all that stuff at 21. Yeah, man, so it was interesting. There's more than just a gender war going on in this country. We have all types of wars going on with the spirits all the time, really. Just be mindful, just be present and aware of these different activities, and just mind yourself, man. Guard yourself, protect yourself. That's what herbs are for. They were all the shamans and the ancient Africans and Indians used tobacco and tobacco rituals to help cleanse people. There are different ways that we can use them. Just don't be in shadow energy. With anything, you have a gun, either you're gonna use it with a good mindset or a bad mindset. So yeah. Wanted to talk a little bit about Palo Santo. So a lot of people are becoming more spiritually aware, which is a good thing. We want to make sure that we are using these spiritual tools in the correct way so that we don't harm ourselves. I definitely use sage and Palo Santo and incense, all types of candles and things like that. So just to give a little bit of insight on candles, we should all know how to handle candles. You don't want to burn your house up. Incense are good aromatherapy. They help set the mood right. That I actually often do that when I'm in the shower and I know I'm gonna smoke after that. I'll burn like multiple incense in my room so that it's not like a marijuana smell in my room. I'll just burn like 2 or 3 incense. So by the time I get out of my shower, my room has a scented, whatever scent I decide to burn, which is usually like lavender or something like that, that helps mental stress and things like that. So, there's different herbs and different scented candles or different incense that you can use. Incense is just a very basic form of aromatherapy. You can use them on your altars. It's a good way to pay homage to your deities. Research the deities that you are worshiping, and the type of things that, like, what you can put on your altar for them. What type of scents or flowers or fruits or meats or things that you can lay down on your altar to help manifest. Nothing fancy. People decorate their mantles with crystals and things like that. You don't have to be so, think that it's such a complicated thing. Take seashells from the beach or something like that. But yeah, incense is good. Sage is another good one. Now, sage, the purpose of sage, and a lot of these scents, it comes with, you have to build it's like an acquired taste, like liver. No one likes liver, or there's certain vegetables that people don't like. It has to grow on you. So even with aromatherapy, different scents, unless you want to steer clear away from them, they definitely have their different times and places or where you want to use them. But with sage, it's like a giant incense. The only thing was with a sage, you don't need to burn a whole sage stick. You don't need to burn a whole sage stick to clear your space. Sage is used for clearing any type of negative energies or spirits from your place. Now, it clears them from your space. It doesn't like get rid of them or kill them. It just moves it, it clears it around from your immediate area. So if you're in a room, a closed off room with closed windows and doors and all that, there's nowhere for the spirits to go. So you got to know how to correctly use these different divination tools. So again, Palo Santo is for clearing negative energies and spirits from your area. So you have to make sure that you have an open window or an open door somewhere where you're burning the Palo Santo in order for the smoke and the spirits to, all the negative energy to leave that area. I use Palo Santo when I know that I'm going to be, when I sense negative energy in the house, people are arguing and things like that, or when I go online or Facebook, or, I know I'm going to be recording a long video on YouTube. I cleanse myself. I usually burn like a Palo Santo or sage. But yeah, so that's what sage is for. I mean, there's higher grades of sage, like blood sage. Now, blood sage is good for actually killing and destroying, like completely removing spirits. So regular Palo Santo, which is like the white dab or the white stick of Palo Santo, is for clearing negative energies. Make sure you have an open window so that the negative energies can go out into nature. Now with blood sage, you don't necessarily have to have an open door or open window or a place for the negative energy to clear out. You can just burn the blood sage, and that'll pretty much cleanse out the energy and put like a little protection bubble around that area. So yeah, definitely it's like $1 or $2 more than the regular sage. Of course, you always want to buy these things in bulk. You don't ever want to go to like a dollar store or some type of thrift store and buy one stick of sage for $5-6 when you can just shop online and get like a whole set or 5-6 pieces of Palo Santo for less than $10. Palo Santo and sage. But yeah, and Palo Santo is also like blood sage. You can cleanse. It's like the wood from Palo Santo comes from an anointed tree. So you burn that wood, and it always has the same specific smell. You burn that wood, and it's thicker, so it lasts longer too. But you burn that wood until you see the red hot head at the end of it, because you're going to try to burn it, and it's going to take forever to burn. So when you're burning Palo Santo, you want to burn until you get that red cherry at the end, and then you're pretty much good. You can either set it down or another thing that people have to make sure that they're doing when they're using sage or Palo Santo is they have to make sure that they're burning it with intent. It's different from a candle or incense. When you're using Palo Santo or you're using sage, you want to make sure that you're actually blessing your areas, or you're throwing your intent or whatever certain area that you're trying to clean out. Like, say for instance, if you're dabbing your fingertips in anointed water and you're dabbing it all over the place, it's the same thing with a sage stick or a Palo Santo stick. You want to make sure that you are, so anytime you see someone that's just burning sage or just burning Palo Santo for no reason, it's like, would you just burn it just to burn it? And especially, again, that's why I give the explanation on burning sage. You're just burning sage just to burn sage, and you don't even know you have to have an open door or open window in your room for these. You just have negative energy just running rampant in your room, and it's going to affect you more. So it's like, you know, you have to know how you're using those things. But you know, that's all when it comes to like the different types of aromatherapies and scented candles and incense I use. I just grown a fondness for Palo Santo and sage. I burn it quite often just to make sure that, you know, whatever negative energies that I've picked up throughout the day don't stay attached to my person. But you know, there's different ways to help guard and protect yourself. You know, the seed of a peach, you can research that one. It gives you like a certain aura of protection and generates abundance. So yeah, you know, you eat the cherry or you carve out the cherry of a peach. Make sure you clean it and everything, and then you know, fashion it as like a piece of jewelry or something like that. I wouldn't necessarily recommend carrying it around in your pocket or anything like that. You know, put like some yarn on it or whatever, a piece of jewelry on it, and wrap it around your wrist, or better your chest, your neck area. But yeah, there's all types of great divination tools that people are starting to come in contact with and get used to now that we have moved into a more spiritually enlightened stage. And again, of course, I never thought to be a spiritual leader myself, but I guess we have that group of people that are supposed to help usher in the new dynamic of how things are going to be going from now on. You know, everything's changing. So, you know, I change every day. I learn something new every day, which is why I recommend people keep an open mind and a clear channel so that they can, you know, just see through the matrix and be the maker of their own story, walk in the steps of their ancestors with bravery and confidence. But yeah, man, you know, oneness, the singularity, we need to just make sure that we keep our heart space open and hold space for people. I was at the beach today, and this guy came on the pier. I don't even know how he got on the pier if he didn't have any money. But I don't know what the case was or the situation was, but he walked all the way down to the pier, and he was asking people for water. And I like overheard him asking different people for water, and they was like they wanted to sell him water. They wouldn't even like barter or trade anything with him. So I was like, he came up to me asking me for water. I was humoring the situation. I could have gave him water. I told him to ask my little cousin to give him a bottle of water. Of course, my little cousin, you know, gave him the bottle of water. And I told him, I was like, my little cousin will probably give you some water for free. Go ask him. You know, because my cousin is the regular fisherman out there. He's the one out there with his 3 rods, you know. He caught like 5 fish today. But yeah, he asked my little cousin for the, let me get up a little bit, give you guys some lighting. Oh, my leg is feeling so much better. I don't know if it was the sea breeze or the walking in the sand or stretching that I did while I was on the pier, but it feels a whole lot better. Can't play kickball yet though. But yeah, so he asked my cousin for the water. My cousin gave it to him, and then the guy came right back to me. He was like, yeah, he gave it to me for free. He didn't even you know, ask me for any money like all these other people. I was like, man, you got to learn how to barter. We're in a whole barter system, man. You got to learn how to trade, man. People are insane nowadays. They're trying to hold on to this cash. But yeah, he was like I don't know if he was Spanish or French. He sounded like he had a French Um, Sounded like he had a French accent on his English, but I'm not sure. But he had like sand all over his face. Young dude, probably in his late 20s, early 30s. And yeah, man, he downed the water. I talked to him. Well, he talked to me pretty much for about 2 to 3 minutes, and he was saying how Americans are so lazy and things like. So he had to be French. He's like, yeah, Americans. So he had to get comfortable though. You know, I was, you know, I wasn't coming down on him or nothing like that. But you know, I was like, you know, it's the technology. He was like, you know, you're right, and you know, it's just, you know, it's not bad people everywhere. And that's what I had to tell him. I'm like, I know you're a foreigner. You know, America's bad, but of course there's other bad places as well. He was like, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. So you know, there's a culture war going on. He asked a few white cats and a Spanish dude, and the Spanish dude straight dissed him. So it's an immigrant war going on too. You got the Spanish folks dissing the French folks. Then you had Asians on the pier. You had everybody on the pier. Yeah, it was quite an interesting day. People just learning to mingle, and not too many people had masks on. You know, everyone was on the beach, even though they had the social distancing sign out there. But it wasn't like they didn't even have security out there to like regulate or manage anything. But yeah, man, that was my day, man. It's pretty chill, man. Got to catch some fish. Got to witness some immigrant war. And yeah, man, just got through burning some Palo Santo and sage in my room, so I'm all cleansed up. And yeah, we'll see what tomorrow holds. More side projects and things like that. It's Friday, my favorite day of the week, and yeah. Just do it.